Shalom. All praises to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shah. This is Teller Nicholas with the Noble House of St. Nicholas. Today, I want to get into the Hebrew Israelite gene family. All the Negroes with the surname Gene in the Americas, Caribbean islands, Europe, and all the Negroes scattered abroad with the surname Gene. Before you guys were slaves here in the Americas and the Caribbean islands, you guys was royalty in Europe. You guys was royalty in England, France, Spain, and Scotland. To remind y'all, the Negroes, the Hebrew Israelites, we ruled the dark ages of Europe for 1,000 years, from 500 AD to 1500 AD. That was prophecy fulfilled in Revelations 20 and 6. In the 1100 AD, we created these so-called slave surnames like Gene as the Norman Barons. In the 1500 AD, Revelations 20 and 7 happened, and we went into captivity. We got our names, our land, and our heritage stolen from us. But not only stolen, it got whitewashed, all right? But before I get into any more, I want to go into a unity script. I want to go into Numbers 1 and 18 through 19. And it reads, "And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names." And I'm going to drop down to 19. "As the Lord commanded Moses, so he numbered them in the wilderness of Sinai." All right? So now, to remind y'all, Gene family, you guys did not get caught in slavery in Africa. The Gene family got caught in slavery in Europe as royals and nobles. Thus, you had the Bristol slave trade and the Liverpool slave trade. All right, so now I'm going to get into the Gene family's history before slavery. And it reads, "The Gene surname is a patronymic name created from the personal name Jan, which was a Middle English variant of the name John, or as son of Jan." All right, so it came from Hebrew origins, all right? It came from our biblical forefathers, all right? Early origins of the Gene family. The surname Gene was first found in Worcestershire, where they held a family seat from very early times. They were also found early in Cornwall, where a record in the minister's account of earldom of Cornwall shows a Simon Lanes in 1297, a John Jane was listed in the subsidies roll for Cornwall in 1327. A William Jan was listed in the subsidies roll of Somerset in the same year. Kirby's Quest listed Robert Janes and William Janes both in Somerset, all right, during the time of Edward III. Jane, or Joanna, 1445, Queen of Scotland, was the granddaughter of John Buffon, Earl of Somerset. Her mother was Margaret, daughter of Thomas Holland, 2nd Earl of Kent, and niece of Richard II, who became, after her first husband's death, Duchess of Clarence. James I, King of Scotland, when the prisoner at Windsor saw her walking in the garden of the castle, fell in love at first sight and wrote the story of his love in The King Just Queer. The marriage was suited the English rulers and was made one of the conditions of his release. Took place at St. Mary's Overley Church in Southwark on February 12, 1424. All right, and though it's secular, sometimes you need secular history to get secular people, and then when you get them, you let them know we fell. And we fell because we did not keep the commandments, all right? Gene family, you have notables that you guys could cling to, all right? Once y'all cling to y'all notables, y'all gather yourselves together. Once y'all do y'all history and find out who y'all are, get y'all inheritance back, find y'all forefathers, y'all reach out to each other from the Americas to the Caribbean islands to Europe, and then y'all come back as one family, one tribe of Hebrew Israelites, all right? And then once y'all do that, y'all come back to the Mashiach Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Keep the commandments and get your blessing. All right, because we living in the last days, and these are the time. This is the time that we're gathering ourselves together, all right, as a family for the coming of the Mashiach Yahweh Shah. All right, so we got to come at him in order. We're going to come at him in pure order. All right, in family order. All right, this is family ties. All right, this is Teller Nicholas with the Noble House of Saint Nicholas. I hope the Jean family was edified. Shalom.